Battle cast, the second week of, I guess we're doing a Bentember thing.
Bentember, now featuring Ben.
Named after me, Ben. No. This month we are, I guess, doing a bunch of Ben 10 matchups because why not? It's a fun pun. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the voice of Wiz in Death Battle, joined, of course, by Wiz, the voice of Boomstick. What's up? Did I just call you Wiz?
You sure did. I was like, is he doing a bit? And then I realized you messed up. Hi, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick.
I am tired. I didn't sleep much last night. All right, so I'm gonna just say some weird shit today. Get ready. Like how we also have Liam, a writer.
A writer.
That's me. Oh, damn.
God.
Liam, the pool boy.
And Billy, the director of the most recent Death Metal episode.
Oh, good Lord.
Is your place on fire? What's going on
Yeah,
behind you?
it's a little toasty in here.
Love it. If you have not seen Bill versus Discord, that came out this past weekend, and we're all very proud of it.
Dude, thank you all for watching it and sharing it, because we're #1 trending on YouTube.
We beat the NFL.
We beat football.
I think it's a strong contender for best episode we've ever done. And
I think so too.
If you asked me that at the beginning of the season before we'd done any work on it, I would not have thought that. But now I absolutely do.
Underestimated this episode a little bit.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And I wrote the damn thing.
I have watched it multiple times.
Is it fucking sick?
Because it's so good, yes.
Oh, you
out.
think you're in charge here, or whatever the fuck he says? I wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
And he like does the twirl around his arm. And he goes, ah!
Like,
that whole... Fuck, it's so sick.
Bill Cipher's even in Billy's background right now.
Oh my God!
Did you fit?
He's watching me now. That's
Make
the
a
worst
deal?
part.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. Well, of course, as I'm sure most of you know, Bill versus Discord was one of the episodes that you all voted on last year to be in this season of Death Battle, and we got the next one coming up that you guys voted on, which is Cole versus Alex. So back-to-back voted episodes, and also if you haven't been keeping tabs on what's going on in the Discord, we've been we opened a ballot for you guys to be submitting ideas to the next round of voting for your matchup that you want to see, which we will talk about later on in the show today. I also kind of want to talk a little bit about Bill versus Discord because it is such a big, crazy episode, and Billy, you sort of led this team into really giving it their all and making this phenomenal sort of mishmash of everything, and somehow it all works together, just like the characters.
It chock full for the fans as much as humanly possible.
Dude, do you still have the puppets?
That's what Bill is back there.
Yep.
Yeah, there they are.
That's
okay.
awesome.
Discord's a little worse for wear, but they're both back there.
I want to make something like very clear. Like I wrote the episode, and I saw people like saying, "Look, Liam, great job, you wrote the episode." And I was like, "Thank you," but I feel very strongly that the driving creative force for this episode was Mr. Billy Burson, right? There we go, right here. And I like when I wrote it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. And then I didn't really follow much of the process, but when I finally saw it, like Saturday night, and I watched the whole episode all the way through, I was just so fucking blown away. Like it was like genuinely, I was like, this is perfect. And DJ's editing was like crazy good too.
So
like
good.
Yeah.
So
all of the shit that you guys managed to cram in, all of the fun little gags, making it part of the theme of the episode without it being like overbearing, because that's what it's about. I just loved it. I just really
So
loved
good.
it.
Good job.
Appreciate that very much. Liam, I love working with you each time, and DJ just blew it out of the water in terms of the edit, like in ways you can't even imagine. So
We have so many people working on the team now that it's like, it's because it's weird to be like, our thing was great, but no, it's really just like the thing you guys did was amazing. Like, you know, like, all the different parts that come together is really cool.
Welcome to Pat ourselves in the back show.
Right.
No, but seriously, if you haven't seen it yet, please do. We are very proud of it. There was a lot that went into it, and yes, Billy did take part in putting together some crazy puppets and ruining one for after all that for a very fun moment. In the
also, F that on there if you haven't seen it yet. Even if you've seen it, go watch it again, because I just saw somebody in the chat drop that the NFL has overtaken us for #1 again. So go watch it again.
No.
Fuck them. Yeah,
Take
go
it back.
Well, I'll be honest. How the hell does the trending page even work?
I don't know.
Like,
yeah,
but
I feel like
cool.
we should be at like 1 million views in order to get there, right? And the last 2 times we've gotten there, the episode's only been at 400K. And I'm like,
I think it's how many views per time period. So like people are just like watching the hell out of it. It's amazing.
If it's sometimes it's been trending like really high for like a day, and you would think that after enough time, the rate would mean that the overall amount has increased by like an appropriate amount. But I guess
I have no idea. Maybe we're on a list somewhere on YouTube's headquarters where we're like, oh, Death Battle made a new video. Let's put them on the trending page. I have no idea.
To be honest, the fact that we're only #2 to the fucking like the Bills versus the Jets is pretty good. The Bills,
like, it's crazy. Well, okay. We also have an actual Death Battle matchup to talk about today on the show. For the second week of Bentember, we are. Every time I say that word, it gets worse and worse.
Bentember!
We are. It doesn't quite have the same ring as Skelletober.
Nothing ever will, Ben. Don't compare it.
Oh no. Well, we have a very fun matchup, which I've seen requested quite a bit, and I think it might be fun for an actual episode. Gwen Tennyson versus Adam Eve from Invincible. So, the way this is going to work. If I am recalling correctly, Chad is going to be repping Adam Eve, and Liam will be representing Gwen. It's their job to argue for their respective characters and convince the jury that they should win by any means necessary. And the jury consists of 3 seats, myself, Billy, and you all watching this live right now. We're checking out the chat. Also, I've noticed a couple people giving out memberships while we've been talking. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Also, anybody who got a membership, be sure to give them a shout out, because they're amazing whenever somebody gifts one. I think Dude Blade. Somebody did. Maybe I'm getting mixed up.
We had
Dude Blade gifted
10 from Dude Blade X, yeah. And then some people have been joining, which has been great.
Which is cool. Okay, so
I gotta say something. Listen, you said it's our job to convince everybody and to argue for these characters. Listen, sometimes you have time to prepare for your job, and then there are days like today. It also been like say by any means necessary. Listen, my dog has been sick. Okay. And so I thought I was gonna be able to be on cast today.
His back was a little fucked up. That
well, I thought he was dying. Okay, and now it turns out it's just his back. He tweaked his back again, so we're good. So anyway, I thought I was gonna be able to be here today, and I had originally volunteered to argue for Adam Eve because I like the show Invincible. I haven't read the comics. Whatever. I had about 20 minutes, so bear with me.
Chad,
y'all. Help me out in the chat.
Look, I'm so sorry that your dog was in pain and having a terrible day. You can't use that to like sway people.
What does any means necessary, Ben?
I get to use my argument. I'm going to be arguing for a Ben 10 character for the first time ever. Vote for me.
Oh my gosh, that's true. That's true. Okay, well, let's get into it then. Let's go ahead and start with Chad.
Yes, I also hope that your dog is
sweet. Yeah, let's do it.
You want to start? Okay.
Why not? Let's
go for it. All right, we got you on 60 seconds on the clock.
We'll see if I can fill it, which is why Liam's laughing. All right, so Samantha Eve Wilkins, Adam Eve, she was created in a government lab designed to be the ultimate superhero. She has control over all atoms and a complete complex total understanding of the atomic makeup of pretty much everything. She can just, if she doesn't already know it, she looks at it, just understands it, can manipulate it. She can turn things into other things is the best way I can describe it. A soccer ball can become a baseball bat. Why not? Anything that has excess atoms and matter and stuff left over, she'd like whoops it out. It's a thing, but whatever. So growing up, she spent some time with basically the ripoff Teen Titans. Until like some shit went down with her boyfriend that got bad and they had to get out of there. And then she did some tryouts for the Guardians of the Globe, but then despite making it through tryouts, decided to go and freelance on her own as like one of the most powerful superheroes. She is ridiculous without block. Damn it. I actually filled that. I have more to talk about. I didn't even get to the big stuff.
What was that about pooping stuff out?
He has a poop thing.
Yeah. So because when you're like changing stuff, no, it's like when you're changing stuff, like that extra matter has to go. She makes a comment that so he's like, where does the extra matter go? She's like, I have to go to the bathroom more. It's basically what she says. I don't know why, but that was the thing that stood out.
I don't know why how does the matter get inside of her? Like if she turns a soccer ball into like
I don't know.
A car, a Hot Wheel, why does the matter go into her?
But anyway, she can create. Like, I went on a lot of history. Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Liam. What does it matter?
She can fly. She has force
right?
fields. Yeah, she can create constructs. Sorry, I just realized I didn't hit like the important shit. I just kind of gave you her weird backstory and we talked about that. So we'll get into some more. Without her mental blocks, yeah, she's pretty much a Green Lantern. Without her mental blocks, though, she is an unkillable monster. It is absolute insanity. So, all right. Anyway, I teach me about Gwen, Liam.
Yes. Let's talk about Gwen. 60 seconds on the clock. Liam, who's Gwen? Why does she win?
In short, Gwen is the what is the word I'm looking for? Adam Eve has a lot of unfulfilled promise with her powers. She's hyped up, but she explicitly, because of her mental blocks, isn't able to achieve her full potential. Potential is the word I'm looking for. Gwen is Adam Eve's full in every way. Gwen is Adam Eve without the mental blocks. Gwen is Adam Eve with all of the Green Lantern powers, not just making constructs and shooting energy blasts. Gwen is more powerful. Gwen is faster. Gwen is actually unkillable for Adam Eve. Adam Eve is definitely killable for Gwen, despite her incredible abilities. Adam Eve's most potent ability is her matter manipulation, which does not work on living matter with her mental blocks activated. Gwen has no such issue whatsoever. Gwen is better in every way.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael, for gifting a Death Battle membership.
And that I want to latch on to something very key, and that's honestly this entire debate. And I see why these characters want to go ahead, why people want these characters to go head to head. Every time Liam said with her mental blocks, because yes, exactly. Well, everything he said is absolutely correct. But without her mental blocks, she is just absolutely ludicrous. She is invulnerable. She is invincible. She can't die, and she can rearrange like matter in a reflex.
Can you clarify what the mental blocks are?
Yeah, typical government wanted to make the perfect superhero, but we got to control it. So they put these like mental blocks in her, and then also she's developed some of her own. There's like theorized about how like the reason that she doesn't like manipulate, she can manipulate like plants no problem, but like not people. So like that's like it's
in moments of trauma, like intense trauma, overrides her mental blocks and allows her to do it.
Exactly. And
so it's the whole Phoenix thing, right? Where Jean or Jean Grey thing, where she has mental blocks installed to stop her from being too powerful until she can control it.
Right. But it's unconscious. It'll just happen. Like if it hits that moment, then it's like suddenly they're gone, and now she's like, and I am the most OP character in this entire series. Like solve all problems, destroy all people.
Is she able to just turn them off, or is there a point in her story? I never finished Invincible where
it's trauma.
They just go away.
It's always like once she's back, then she's just like, oh, that was crazy. You see that?
Oh,
you see
it's
that?
more like a rage mode.
She'll be like there when she fought Conquest, where she came in to like help Mark fight Conquest. Conquest went okay, and then like shoved his like arm through her abdomen and like basically bisected her. And then she fell on the ground and she was like dying. And then she like a big pink glow of light. Her body was restored, and she like shot a big laser blast at Conquest that just like removed all of the flesh from his like torso.
Okay.
I'm not gonna jump into all of that stuff quite yet because I feel like it's. Chad said don't start off with the big stuff, so I'm gonna start off with the small stuff.
Well, real quick,
but you're right though.
I also want to bring
this
up.
The whole argument. So go ahead.
I also want to bring something up. Invincible season 2 is coming somewhat soonish, right? And I want to make sure we don't necessarily spoil too much.
Oh man, Okay.
Chad, are you okay with that, or are you going to say warning spoilers?
I don't know what they're going to do. Like, I sourced this from very quick, like, respect thread stuff and, like, some super quick research. So, like, I don't know what they'll do in the show that might come from the comics / when it happened. So
if it feels like you're going to say something that is kind of spoilery for season 2, just maybe say that if you can.
I don't know if Conquest is going to be in season 2. If he is, then sorry.
But, I mean, they also changed a lot with their season 1,
exactly.
So it's entirely possible it might go a completely different direction. I know there's some very dark shit later on involving Adam Eve, so I can see them maybe I mean, they're not going to like shy away from dark stuff, but I can see them changing things a little bit more to fit a more modern kind of story. Like they did with season 1, which I think a lot of the changes they did with season 1 was great.
Totally, yeah. It made season 1 is much better than the comics version of season 1.
Yeah, to be honest,
and I like the
creators behind it. So,
but yeah. Anyways, so let's talk about Gwen. So before I jump into like other Adam Eve stuff, Gwen has anodite DNA, which is alien DNA that allows her to manipulate mana, so like life energy, and she can do that to. Originally, she thought she was casting magic, but it turned out that actually she was manipulating her mana to do it, and it basically is magic. She's still like she'll use it in forms of spells, but it's essentially just a kind of an unlimited application of manipulating life energy. So, to give you an idea, she can absorb mana from all living things, including people. She has never absorbed enough mana to kill a person. She has never done that because she's not an evil, horrible person. But she has absorbed mana from living things like trees, and it just turned them like black and withered, like instantly. So hypothetically, there's no reason why she wouldn't be able to do that to a human as well. And especially someone like Adam Eve, who has a shitload of imbued energy, she could absorb that and then throw it right back at her.
Adam Eve can create trees.
She was just creating more trees for Gwen to absorb.
Exactly.
It's not clear if she still has. Sorry?
I was going to say, Kage, thank you for the 5 memberships, people.
Thank you, Kage. I love you.
The best.
I don't know if she still has the Charm of Luck. I was looking at the wiki, and it was like, oh, they were destroyed, but then they came back, but then they were destroyed, but then she took them from Trubcaster. But if she does have the Charm of Luck, she can literally manipulate probability. As in the first series, she was like a superhero called Lucky Girl, where like nothing could attack her because she had the magical ability to manipulate probability in her favor. If she still has that, then the fate is working in her favor. She can teleport, she can form force fields, move things with telekinesis, heal wounds, stop time, travel through time. I don't think those are two things I am pretty sure Adam Eve can't do. Form dimensional portals. She can just yeet people into like horrible alien dimensions anytime she wants to. Manipulate the elements. Paralyze you, fire energy blasts, make constructs, nullify your powers. I don't remember the full context, so maybe it wouldn't apply to
to what extent?
To what extent? It's not.
I guess
clear.
Anything involving mana, right?
At the very least, yeah. So I don't know if what Adam Eve's powers are close enough to like life energy key to count. She can manipulate gravity, put people to sleep, slow people down, transmute organic matter, like living matter. This is not a mental block that she has. She can just do it normally. She turned a snake into like a cane or something like that.
I mean, that's but Adam Eve does that all the time. Like, she just turns shit into other shit. That's like,
but it's specifying living matter, non-living matter, and living matter.
Yeah.
Can Adam Eve do that?
Without her mental blocks, yes. She literally she turned a gun into snakes. Living snakes?
Okay.
I don't know how
the same chance to do that.
Snake transmutation.
Also, we missed Gelatin Man dropped 10 memberships. Sorry, I missed you. When I'm arguing for a character, it's hard to keep up.
Why are we transforming things into snakes?
Because she was
Bible reference.
Yeah.
You were simply holding a snake instead of a gun.
Are these
so
are both of these actually Moses allegories? Is Gwen a Moses?
She did it just to fuck with them. So like basically her mental blocks go away, and then she's just like telling them like all the things. She's like, so she turns this guy's gun into snakes. So he's like freaking out, and then she just goes on this diatribe about how like I can see literally everything. It's like every atom, everything. I understand it. Everything's makeup and everything, every part of it. She's like, I could rewrite your brain to have a completely different personality. I could tell you all of this and then make you forget about it immediately. And then she instantly like just fucking erases their brains. And then like, so the
I'm actually going to bring that
thing
panel up in a little bit.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. But the gun and the snakes thing, that was just for funsies.
Okay. So wait. What else do we need to make sure is covered for Gwen before we talk about how the counters work here?
Big thing here. She can shed her physical flesh and become a being of pure energy.
Like a snake.
And
like
a snake. Exactly.
Snake of pure energy.
She can become an anodite form. And not only is this a conscious transformation that she can do, she can go back and forth. If her body is, it's stated by, I think it's her grandma, who is an anodite, that if her body is destroyed, she will just she will be that energy form. Like there's an energy form inside of her that her flesh is encasing. So even if Adam Eve were to use her living matter transmutation with the mental blocks removed to do that, it would just give her it would give Gwen a power boost and then make her incapable for Adam Eve to hurt because anodites are made of pure energy, not matter. She's immune to mana-based attacks. She can grow gigantic, and she can. I said that. And she can also transmute.
What do you mean when you say they're made of pure energy and not matter? Like, how does that apply in terms of like a combat scenario?
He's being very specific because energy is not made of atoms, and Adam Eve manipulates atoms.
Adam Eve manipulates atoms. Anodites are not made of atoms. What was the thing? And she can transmute energy as well. Chromastone is one of Ben's aliens that shoots out energy blasts, and she was able to turn that energy into like goop that did not harm her. So her transmutation, I think, is actually better than Adam Eve's because it doesn't just apply to matter; it applies to energy as well. Sit on that.
Hang on. You're saying because she's made of energy, she doesn't have any matter.
He's saying because she can go into an energy form. Right,
so, an energy form.
Like she starts as matter, but like my argument to that is like Adam Eve could just like this would be the lamest death battle. It's one of those ones where it was like if we were to actually do it and not like it would be like right. It's like either one of them just be like bah! Like and it would be over. So it's like because she can manipulate.
If her physical form is destroyed, if Gwen's physical form is destroyed, then she just takes on her energy. The physical form she keeps it because she likes to be a human.
Got you, but what about transmuted? So it's not like I can absolutely like dissipate you into like whatever, right? Adam Eve could do that, but what if she's like, you're an apple now, bitch? Like, but a sentient apple, like an apple, the brain.
I think then if her energy form is still inside of her and her consciousness is attached to her energy form, not her physical body, then the energy form would just still emerge from the apple. It would be unharmed.
Hubert Thave in the chat says memories are energy based. If Adam Eve could do that, then she could change energy.
Memories are not
energy based.
No, they're physical pathways in your brain.
No, there's electric pathway. I see where they're going.
Yeah,
that's like
electricity is conducted through them, but like it's your memories are dependent on the shape that your brain physically takes.
Although if you disrupt the electrical pathways, doesn't it do significant damage to the ability to call that stuff up?
I think then in that case,
energy
physical
form takes over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, also, the Wizard says, "What if she turns Gwen into a snake?"
It's also
energy snake. I did do a quick. This might not be completely true, but just a quick Google search. Memories occur when specific groups of neurons are reactivated. So atoms. So that it makes sense that she would be able to affect memories because she could affect that.
This would be such an interesting death battle to actually do because we would have to get like really like into like actual like atomic structure and like all that stuff. It would be crazy.
We've done a little bit of that before, but really diving into that. This has come up. I've seen Dr. Manhattan mentioned a few times and other like molecularly changing characters, and I've always thought that would be really interesting to get into. It just depends on the matchup because a lot of the matchups are just like they point at you and then you don't exist.
yeah, exactly, right. Some
they
real
think at you and you don't exist.
Exactly. Hyper Mario Sunshine, thank you for the gift. This is really interesting. So like, let's talk speed a little bit, because you mentioned in the rundown that you thought she was faster, which I'm surprised, because like Adam Eve is like keeping up with people that are faster than light. She's dodged lasers, and like reacted and thrown up constructs to to literally stop multiple different lasers. So like she's like, I would love to hear how fast Gwen is.
Definitely at least light speed. I'd say she's even faster than that. But Gwen is Gwen in her anodite form is stated by Dagon, who is this gigantic Cthulhu god that they fight at the end of one of the seasons, like ultimate one of the things. Stated to be the most powerful being on the planet. And she is able to overpower a character called Sir George. This knight guy that fights Dagon. And Dagon specifically wants to like possess her body because she is like the perfect host for him. Essentially, she's on par with Sir George and Dagon, at least in terms of speed. Dagon is more powerful, but Sir George is able to keep up with Dagon at speed. Dagon himself was also able to keep up with Way Big. And that's consistent with saying that like Gwen is the most powerful being on the planet, more powerful than the aliens that we've seen Ben do at that point, besides like Alien X, obviously. Way Big was able to react to a laser that traveled from Pluto to Earth in about 20 seconds, which is about 5.8 million times the speed of light. So I know it's kind of a big scaling chain, but I think the idea is just that Gwen is one of the top tiers at that point in the story. She can compete with Sir George and Dagon and Way Big.
Sure. So we're not going to put her at that, but I see what you're saying.
But like,
but also like, what do we count Omni-Man's speed at? That was one thing I wanted to pull up before this, but I didn't have time. Because like same thing, right? It's like through scaling, Invincible, and she's fought Omni-Man, and like then
he was like 30 miles per hour, if I recall from the episode. Like a car.
Yeah, totally.
Just a leisurely space,
Yeah.
I mean, Omni-Man flew from Earth to another galaxy, right? In a week or something like that.
I think the galaxy thing. I think that was like in an initial like draft of the episode, and we corrected it or something like that. I know it was somewhere around like millions times the speed of light. So
it was to Pluto. There was a they tracked how far he got to Pluto before before he exited the solar system. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He exited the solar system in 24 hours, I think.
Yeah. 20 seconds, 24 hours. I was like,
well, it wasn't. It was the edge of the solar system, not Pluto, so that would be further out. So it might be. Well, I mean, it's still considerably faster.
It's very fast.
Regardless,
I think that like either Gwen is comparable, faster, even if she isn't as fast. There's nothing really Adam Eve can do to kill her. Like if she can manipulate matter, which would destroy Gwen's body, but then she has no answer to Gwen's anodite form. Whereas the same is not true the other way around.
Well, okay, we're gonna get this is a big part of my argument that I did want to bring up, but I think first Ben probably has to tell us about like our sponsor or something.
Well, first I actually have to say that I am somewhat wrong. Yes, he did fly from Earth to the edge of the solar system in 24 hours, I think, or at least a certain number of hours. Yeah, but he did fly to another galaxy to go to Thraxa in under a week. Yeah. So Omni-Man can fly between galaxies in less than a week, which is an insanely fast thing to do.
Yeah.
So,
and she's kept up with him. Like
the gap might not be. Again, that is travel speed and is very specific type of travel speed through literally empty void. But there's nothing in the way once you exit the galaxy. But
I'm just saying, if we're scaling, it's like there's a range. It's amorphous. They're both real.
It's a range. Yeah,
real
absolutely.
flipping fast.
I don't think speed is a deciding factor.
Yeah, well, because the other thing is like the only other like comp is like Adam Eve, like she flew across like the ocean and like it took like 2 hours, but she only did that because she was carrying another person that she was like, if I go too fast, they'll die.
Didn't want to evaporate.
She becomes comparable to Viltrumites by the end of the series.
Right.
She's able to fight them. Gets big power.
Consistently. Oh yeah, dude.
She's one of the main characters.
So she can participate. Sorry. I won't. No spoilers. So she fought a lot of them.
She fought a lot of powerful people.
Yeah.
All right,
memberships.
Hell yeah, Billy, take the mantle for today. Watch it. Yeah, you got it.
And you too can be just as powerful as Gwen and Adam Eve. I'm totally lying. By eating HelloFresh. But you can be probably healthier than them, honestly.
Hey, HelloFresh, we promised some wild stuff. Heads up. No.
But yes, this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh takes the stress out of mealtime by delivering fresh ingredients and easy recipes right to your door. This fall, skip that extra trip to the grocery store and you can have dinner ready in no time. America's #1 meal kit. And a new season calls for new meals, and HelloFresh has a fresh fall lineup of delicious dinners and more to choose from. Take your pick from 40 weekly recipes that suit your lifestyle, from veggie to family-friendly to fit and wholesome. They have a ton of options. Like, seriously, if you have not looked at HelloFresh's website, they have so many options to pick from. And it's more than just dinners. You can stock your fridge with easy breakfast, quick lunches, and fresh snacks. Just shop HelloFresh Market and add any of these tasty, time-saving solutions to your weekly box. And if you're like me and you hate cooking, it takes way too long, and halfway through cooking, you just think to yourself, I just want to eat it. This is definitely the way to go. So go to HelloFresh.com/50cast and use the code 50cast for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/50cast and use code 50cast for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months. It's actually a really good deal. Thanks again to HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. But check them out. Checking them out helps us as well. So always worth checking out.
Thanks, HelloFresh. We love them. And see, I love cooking, but I hate prep. And every time I look up a recipe,
prep is the worst.
And it's like, prep time, 5 minutes. Lies. Absolute lies and slander. And add a 0 on the end of whatever they say for minutes on prep time. And that's what I love HelloFresh, because then you're just like, oh, it's all ready to go. Wonderful.
Yes. There's basically no prep, which is great. Okay, so we have some more things to talk about with Ben versus Adam Eve, obviously. But I do think there is something else we should address, a big elephant in the room. Maybe 4 elephants in the room that need to be voted on. It's time to talk about, that is a weird transition. It's time to talk about the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
That's right, we have a tournament arc going on. Let's do this. Okay.
What's it called again?
So,
welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
You know,
sorry, I didn't quite hear that. I was looking away. I was looking away.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
You guys know one of my favorite bits is a quick, easy call asset. Mike knows. He's like, that's fine. I'll try and be good.
We good?
Yeah, I'm going to be really good about the Tournament of Champions.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Is there an echo here?
Okay, so starting today, right after this cast, you'll be able to vote on the first round of matchups. The way this is going to work is this is a big tournament that's going to be lasting several weeks moving forward, and we're going to be presenting matchups based on your suggestions in the ballot in the Death Battle Discord, and you will be voting on which matchup moves forward in the tournament. And don't worry if you haven't gotten a suggestion in the ballot on the Discord just yet. That is still open. Because we're only doing 4 matchups a week, there's going to be a bunch throughout the next couple of months. So there are still slots open throughout the rest of the tournament where your ideas might be able to get in. So be sure to check out the Discord and leave your ideas in the ballot whenever you can. Okay, so we have 4 matchups to reveal for our first round.
We do, but Gelatin Man got really hyped up and dropped 20 memberships for everybody, which I think calls for another...
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Okay, you can tell them now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go ahead and reveal the first 4. Here we go!
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
See, the reveal video also opens that way, so this is just like... just do the reveal video.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Vote for your favorite match out of these 4 to happen next year on Death Battle!
All champions get a say. And if you're not a champion yet, well, what are you waiting for? Come on, click that join button below and throw your hat in the ring today.
There we go. The first 4 matchups will be up at the end of this episode. And the poll, if I'm recalling correctly, the poll is going to be on the YouTube membership page. If you go to the YouTube channel on our community page, you should be able to see the poll there to vote for one of the 4 matchups. Every champion gets a vote. So get ready to let us know who you think, which matchup you think should move forward between Luz versus Ann, Monokuma versus Koro Sensei, Shulk versus Lightning, and I'm going to butcher this name, Kasen Ibaraki versus Fleetway Sonic. I don't know anything about Toho. But apparently that's a matchup that people want to see, and we've definitely got some people in the team who are like, yeah, we should probably put that there.
Yeah, lot of Luz versus Ann popping off in the chat right now, but I will say I would love to do Monokuma versus Koro Sensei. Koro Sensei is insane. If you guys have not seen Assassination Classroom, you should absolutely go watch it. I covered it when I was doing Double Talk with Funimation, and I remember as I'm watching this, I'm like, this would be insane if we put Koro Sensei in a death battle, and like, hey, now it's a possibility. Just saying.
Yes, and Monokuma from Danganronpa fan would be so interesting to cover. Yeah, Luz versus Ann was a death battle cast that we did a while back, which was phenomenal. That was super fun. Shulk versus Lightning, of course, is a matchup that has sort of been talked about here and there throughout the years. Certainly worth exploring. And then Ibaraki versus Fleetway Sonic. That's a new one to me, but Fleetway Sonic is super interesting. It's like one of the weirder Sonics, right? And we've covered Archie Sonic,
and that's saying something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Fleetway Sonic started as just like a normal hedgehog. Whenever you there was a video that came out, there's a couple of videos out there about like the Sonic Bible, the original Sonic before Sega of America was like, maybe he should just be like, or maybe it was Sega of America. Somebody at Sega was like, maybe he should just be like a silly cartoon character. The Fleetway Sonic is a little bit more like the original wacky like Sonic idea. I don't remember if he actually has Madonna as a girlfriend, but that was in the Bible. Anyway, go ahead and get your votes in as soon as this Death Battle cast is over. Let us know which matchup you think should move on. I believe it's going to be up for a few days, so you do have some time if you want to think about it, but go ahead and get your vote in whenever you can. We are excited to see which of these 4 is going to move on into the next round. Every single week, we will have a new round up until we get to the semifinals, and then everything that you guys have voted on and moved forward with will collide, and those will combat each other to find out which one goes into the finals.
Into what?
You get to decide.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Mike was ready for that. All right.
Oh, Mike knows me. Mike knows me very well when I latch onto a stupid bit. Thank you, Mike. Love you. Super Time says, Korokuma, let's go. That's an amazing name for that matchup. I love it.
Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah. All right. Well, we are all very excited to see what you guys pick. And again, like last year, the matchup that wins this tournament, we will do. Regardless of how wild it is and weird it is. I mean, we made Discord Bill work somehow. Yeah. So, and we're making Alex Cole work. I hope you guys like that episode when it airs in a couple weeks. So yeah, we're going to be doing the same thing with whatever one wins this tournament. Well, I'm excited. This is cool. Cause like the last time we did this, the champions poll last year was sort of something we kind of figured out on the fly. That was the first time we ever did it. So this is one where we like have a whole plan set up, right? We got these graphics thanks to DJ for putting together these amazing graphics, and of course Billy's voice as well in that. Like, can I just say, bringing DJ on was probably one of the best things we ever did.
Oh yeah, DJ's incredible.
DJ.
Yeah. That guy knows how to do like everything.
I just want you to know, Ben. I've shown restraint. You had 2 perfect tee-ups for me to do it again, and I didn't. Okay, so
do what?
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Perfect timing on that. Like you made it wait just long enough that I didn't think you would do it again. Like the bit was that you weren't going to do it for me.
Liam, I was going to vote for Chad specifically, or sorry, for you. I was going to vote for you specifically because of what Chad was doing, and then now you've thrown your hat into that ring, and you've done it. So now I can't use that excuse.
More than
High five, Liam.
I'm also very confident about my argument here.
Okay. Well, all right, let's get back into it. Let's get back into the community death battle.
God, I hope he ran the off. Oh, I was so hoping. I know he thought about it too. All right. So
There's only so many times that can be funny, Chad.
I know there isn't.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Look, here's the thing.
Look.
We have to play this every week from here on out until the tournament is done.
Oh,
is this gonna happen every single time?
Who's to say?
Oh my god, this was a mistake. This whole thing was a mistake.
Also, for anyone who is like, it's plateauing, the thing is, if we do it enough, it becomes funny again.
Yeah, it becomes much funnier. It's the
anyway.
Family Guy, like, hurting the knee joke, right? It's funny, and then it becomes not funny, and then it becomes way fucking funnier when you realize how long it's going on.
All right, I'll be good, though.
Okay.
So going back to our argument, Liam was talking about energy form, and then Gwen would kill Adam Eve. The thing is that I learned, and I'm not going to directly tie this to like any specific spoilers, but she is unkillable because one of the things that kicks in whenever she's like threatened or not even threatened, we'll get to that, is that she can resurrect herself and those around her and also make them stronger. And what's really interesting about this is there's a time that it happens where it's like some very like physical stuff happens. She's like and killed along with someone else near her. Again, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. Yeah. And then her like mental blocks immediately kick off and she resurrects herself fully and stronger. What's very interesting is this also happens outside of trauma. So Mike, if you want to bring up the first image, please. So this is old Adam Eve when we get to it. She's just on her deathbed. Her kids are there, you know, and she's just like, I'm so proud of you. Like, she's super old. Like, she literally dies of natural causes. Next panel, please.
What?
Instantly is not only brought back to life, but in her like peak physical condition. And then she says, wow, I guess I'm essentially immortal. And I'm sure Liam has something, which I'm very interested to hear. But this was my favorite part because I found there's another time, like I said, where it's like, you know, it's like violent and then she comes back. But the just old lady Adam Eve dying of natural causes and then be like, oh shit, guess I'm immortal.
No inheritance for you.
Yeah, right.
You brat.
Oh my god. Yeah, how does that work?
I'm not going to tie this to any particular spoilers. Here's the end of the series.
They don't know that's the end of the series, right? Like, anyway.
At some, you know, okay, all right, I guess.
But that's still, it's like, she's an old lady, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm talking about what might be in season 2. Like,
yeah,
it's clearly
that's
way down
totally
the
fine.
line.
And I
Everybody's
agree
gonna forget that.
I agree with you. Anyways, let's talk about those exact examples. Because I think that the examples that Chad has brought up about her regeneration is exactly why it doesn't make her immortal. So let's bring up that, you said that the time that she, like, fucked with those guys' brains. Mike, could you bring up image 4, please? So she fucks with these guys' brains. She goes, I'm gonna fuck you up. And she gives them, like, lobotomies, and they drop over. But what is Eve doing in that panel there? It looks like she's not having a good time. It looks like she's not having a good time. She goes, and starts to fall over. Let's bring up that other time that you talked about. I have most of it cropped out so you don't know what the full context is. This is image 3, Mike. This is when she's, like, recovering her body. Goes jerk, she's fucked up the guy that she fucked up. What's she doing in that next panel? And then, oh, yeah, huh.
So she passes out.
Now,
from
passes
overuse
out.
of her powers.
Is this reaction
out.
because of her mental blocks, or is this the natural reaction that would happen?
it's because well, maybe it's because of her mental blocks. I think it's because she's expending like more energy in a traumatic situation that she's used to. Either way, she does this and she passes out. The only time that she doesn't is when she was dying of natural causes, because it wasn't, I don't think it was a particularly traumatic experience. It's just as her brain shut off, or whatever mechanism in her brain that causes this kicked in and went, nope, you're back.
Aside from completely regenerating and recreating her body to like when she was in her 20s.
Yeah, I think what's relevant here is that doing this, overcoming her mental blocks, gives her one or two moves essentially in like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of sense, and then she is incapacitated. And coming back from being from dying of natural causes is not the same as then like being fully vaporized, which is something that Gwen is perfectly capable of doing. Once she does that, once she actually activates her powers in a way that like Gwen, not even in her anodyte form, like matter manipulation of living beings, she is then incapacitated, and then Gwen could just go. Meanwhile, if the opposite happens to Gwen and she vaporizes Gwen's flesh, Gwen is in her anodyte form, can no longer be affected. Adam Eve passes out, vaporizes. Adam Eve,
but then Adam Eve would just come back again.
No, she wouldn't, because she's vaporized. Her brain is no longer there to like facilitate her coming back. She's never been shown regenerating damage to her brain, like something that manages like her consciousness. She's also never come back from the dead.
She's never been like shot in the head or anything like that.
In one of the other panels that I didn't want to bring up because of spoilers, like she gets her like head like stomped in by a Viltrumite.
Yes, but she was still going. She is like going.
She did make a sound, but then
she was not brain dead. Is the point I made? And she's never like come back.
So
from
it's like
being...
the Wolverine thing, where it's like the brain is what powers the healing factor, or whatever.
It's
so long as a piece of the brain remains, he can come back.
You know, Liam, you could absolutely see in Invincible that be like, and the vaporization wave hits and then Adam Eve gets hit, and then it's like, luckily due to her mastery of atoms, even though she was vaporized, like she restructured everything back. Like
did she though? Did that happen?
I know. I'm just saying. You could see it. She has when she mental
I could see anything.
She has enough to
anything that is possible.
You know what I
happen,
mean?
You know.
Well, okay. So
it doesn't matter. You know, didn't happen.
I mean, what's
and there's nothing to suggest that it would happen.
I'm kind of thinking about the back and forth here. So Gwen can resist a lot of the like effects that Adam Eve could have on her because Gwen's real form is made of energy.
Yes,
does not have any actual mass. Okay, she can counter or so that's like Gwen's best defense. What is Adam and Eve? What is Adam and Eve's?
Hey, they don't sponsor us anymore. But good
Adam Eve's defense, like what does she use for defense exactly? Like how would she be able to block these kinds of attacks from Gwen?
So with mental blocks, she gets hit. She gets hit a lot. It happens. Other than she'll throw force fields up, and they're super, super powerful. Yeah. Like for the force fields have been showed stopping like some of the most powerful characters ever, right? Like she can also use them to sever things and whatever. But if she gets like actually hit, she gets messed up, right? Without the mental blocks, she's completely like intangible. Like she can't be hit, she can't be touched, like because she has such mastery over all of her atoms and everything like that. That like literally nothing. Like she's immortal, she's invincible. Haha. Didn't mean to drop the series name there, but yeah.
My point is that we've never seen that actually displayed in a way that would protect her from Gwen. She is hypothetically, but I think it's pretty clear what it is, right? It's some function of her like consciousness kicking in, and if that's destroyed, then I don't see any reason why it would repair her body.
It says in the whatever the why am I blanking on it? The series manual, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, that came out, like it straight up says that without her mental blocks, she is like invincible, intangible, like immortal, like nothing can mess with her. But I know that's very vague, but That's what we have.
In the there's a guidebook statement for Gwen that like her abilities allow her to warp reality, which I would say is an even better version of what that is. I didn't really want to include that because she doesn't really do that. She has like manipulates energy.
Are we sure Adam Eve could not manipulate energy? So she has to be manipulating atoms.
Here's the thing, and there's a whole like explanation
name ain't
that I
Energy
saw
Eve.
Her name ain't Energy. Jesus Christ. So when she's doing matter manipulation to some degree, the reason that you see like pink sparks and stuff when like things are changing is like it's like the energy reaction to when she's like manipulating atoms. There was like a whole long diatribe about it that was like, this might be real, this might be pseudoscience, whatever. There might be a case that it's like because of that she could figure out how to manipulate atoms to then like affect energy. But like I mean, like she's used force fields to contain like explosions and stop lasers. I think she's contained a laser before too. Like, so like maybe.
I also want to like return to like something that I kind of brushed over because I know that the main connection here is like energy and matter manipulation, but Gwen can stop time and then vaporize her. Adam Eve has no defense against that. She could, if she was damaged, she could travel back in time to before the fight begins. She could throw Adam Eve into a different dimension where she like gets ripped apart by fucking aliens. I don't know.
I mean, this fight would literally be that from either character, right?
Okay.
So like,
is Gwen able to just stop time instantly? Just be like, bam, time stop. It's not like this like spell that takes a while to cast.
No.
Okay. Because I'm seeing listed under Adam Eve's powers, and I kind of remember this. She can like construct make energy constructs, which to me implies she can manipulate energy, right? She could create or adjust energy to form something.
Right,
yeah. So would that not then apply to Gwen's, what is it called, anodite form?
Anodite form? I mean, what energy is she manipulating? Is she producing the energy that she manipulates? Right, like, Gwen could also
kind of sounds like it. I'm not aware of this situation.
It's everything about her powers is like manipulation so like even her flight is the way she like manipulates the atoms of the air or whatever around her that allows her to fly. So like she's not generating anything. She's just, I guess, I don't, but yeah, how does she? Because like wouldn't the constructs and
are the constructs energy?
Force field
just to clarify,
energy,
that might
right?
be like a silly question, but like,
I don't know.
That's why pink and glow.
What the real question here, Liam, is would she be able to crush Gwen with a giant energy construct boot?
Fuck. Every Ben 10 character.
I have a very damn it, everyone.
I sowed the seeds of my own defeat years ago.
I have a really interesting question that I don't know if we've ever dove into before. And that is, which is faster, the speed of a thought or the speed of a reflex? Because a reflex.
I swear we've done that before. I swear we've done an episode.
Have we done this one?
That's not.
Yeah. Because it's a thought.
But it's unconscious thought.
It doesn't
like
matter.
I'm thinking about.
Yeah. No, it's all trend. It's
reflex is still physical.
Yeah, it's all electricity. It's all,
I'm just.
Yeah, reflex still requires physical movement.
Like a reflex. Yeah, a reflex is translating it to like moving like a mechanical thing, like moving your arm. So that would be slower than just in electricity, just like passing through the neurons in your brains, because it's not like.
Pretty sure we've had episodes where we've like that's actually been like a major factor on who's faster. Yeah, interesting. Okay, but in the context of this, how would that apply?
Because they specifically state that like Adam Eve's stuff kicks in as in the span of a reflex. Like in the span of a reflex, she can do things. So that's why I'm curious, because like without even like, so basically it's like if it's like the one-on-one and they're both gonna be like, I'm gonna unmake you / vaporize / rearrange everything about you, right? Like
it could also be referring to reflex as a reflexive thought, like not necessarily a physical thought reflex. So yeah, I don't know if that necessarily applies when I don't know, that seems kind of vague. Okay, so we are at the end here. We do need to start wrapping up and get the poll up. So real quick, let's try to keep this like under 60 seconds or even 30 seconds if possible. But just closing arguments. Let's start with Liam.
Gwen has more. Gwen has a shit more versatility. Her anodite form, it's not clear that Adam Eve would even be able to affect that. She can manipulate matter without any mental blocks. She's just a better version of Adam Eve. Also, she might have the charm. She might still have the charm of reincarnation. I just remembered that. The same thing with the charm of probability. She might be able to reincarnate herself, but I'm not clear about that. But that might just answer whatever questions Chad has thrown out. But yeah, I think she's just a better version of Adam Eve.
And Chad.
With the mental blocks, I think Gwen wins for sure. Without the mental blocks, which always kick in when she is threatened and can literally resurrect her and completely reform her again. She has done it to where literally has made herself and others who she resurrected simultaneously made everyone stronger. So like I think that Gwen would get the first hit, but I don't think Gwen can kill Adam Eve, and she will come back better and stronger and then rearrange her ball. Turn her into a snake.
The ultimate kill. I turn you into a snake.
She's got that.
Did you say Gwen has snake manipulation?
She does. She turned a snake into a thing.
Canonically.
What did they send me?
I'm gonna counter you with my snake manipulation powers.
Oh, gross.
Also, Gwen is probably a lot more powerful. Like, it takes, like, an individual Viltrumite cannot blow up a planet, whereas, like, characters like Dagon and Sir George were, like, blowing up planets like Death Star blowing them up.
So we have community responses?
We will. So I'm going to get the poll up on chat right now, so you guys can start voting for that. We do have a few more things to cover, but I did want to bring up one other thing. So we've got this poll that you can vote on right now if you're watching this live. We do this live every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Central. We have the Tournament of Champions. It's coming out right away where you can vote for a matchup. But there is one other vote that you can participate in right now. The vote for who's better, Wiz or Boomstick. And you can do that with our new shirts. Yeah, we're all wearing them. Check these out.
There is one true answer.
Oh my God, you're balanced.
Yes. We are.
Boomstick Axis. Boomstick Axis, and that's the
Mike, can you bring up the image? These are designed by our very own Luis and animation director, and they look amazing. You can find them on the Rooster Teeth store. You can get either variant, whichever one you'd like. It's print on demand, so you can get whichever one you want. I think they look super cool. I think they're some of my favorite shirts we've ever had for Death Battle, and I really want them to do well, to be honest. So whichever one you go for, Wiz or Boomstick, we will be keeping track of that. I believe we can.
See. Ben and I are gonna battle over this.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah,
1000%. So like,
I really like the Wiz one. It is blue on this like kind of like blue silver color. It's super dope. But of course, you can also get the blue on black, which I think looks a little bit doper than red on black. It's kind of a mess over there.
You don't go buy the Boomstick shirt. See, I did the voice. Now you have to.
Oh no!
I think Ben just said Wiz versus Boomstick confirmed, right? That's what this was. Yes.
Yes.
And this is part one of Wiz versus Boomstick.
We can confirm Wiz versus Boomstick will happen.
Whenever we actually do the episode, should this be part of it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like this is part of the analysis.
Falco says, "Joke's on you. I'm getting both. That's fine.
You could get both.
But that's how we both agree on this one for sure." Yeah,
I actually really like. We've always talked about potentially doing Wiz and Boomstick at the end. Maybe this will come up. Whichever shirt wins might give one character an edge in that fight. Who knows? We'll see. I just really like these shirts. I think they're really cool. So feel free to check them out on roosterteethstore.com. Yeah. We've also got some other shirts there that are kind of off. I believe there's a set of shirts there that are discounted because they were kind of misprinted, so you can check those out as well. They're kind of a black shirt with the Death Battle logo on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the community answers for Gwen versus Adam Eve. Let's go ahead and bring up the first.
Go for it, Billy.
From CineStar616, Eve can see/feel the atomic structure of any molecular compound she focuses on. If the info provided by her solo special is to be believed, that extends to organic compounds like living tissue in human bodies. It's not even difficult. Eve should win.
Love that. All true.
Ooh.
Again,
about that,
like,
especially, yeah.
Remember, I
haven't
brought that
watched
up.
it yet.
Like, she literally can look into something and then immediately understand its atomic structure, and then she also remembers it. Anyway.
Okay. I mean, that's crazy in and of itself. All right, let's bring up the other answer.
This was from Cameron Davis, 6650. Anodytes are reality warping super beings with abilities that can affect the Omnitrix. That, combined with Gwen's mastery of magic and martial arts, puts her on top.
She does martial arts.
I love it. It's like, I love it because this entire fight was like, they're not even gonna punch each other. Like, really, that wouldn't be how this goes.
The Omnitrix can't scan her, right? Because she's or Ben 10 can't transform into
Cannot transform into
Anodytes,
Anodytes.
right?
No.
Because they're energy. Okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
And
there are other beings like the ghost freak that are intangible, other stuff like that. You know, that do
how does
count.
that work?
I don't know.
Are ghosts in Ben 10 physical?
Anodytes are more
it's
intangible.
matters of entity.
Ben, I legitimately
of matter.
Coming into this today, I was like, I wonder if he's gonna go the ghost route. Like, legitimately.
Okay. Well, some good answers, but we do have a community poll from you guys from before the show. This is in the same place that you're going to be able to vote for the Tournament of Champions in the community page on the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and bring up the community vote. And we have 60%. Wow, this is a very solid,
divide.
Clean 60 to 40% with Gwen taking the win from the community vote. So that is one vote for Gwen.
All of those people only watched the show of Invincible.
Maybe. Or maybe they truly do think. But we'll find out here. Okay, so Billy, it's you and me up right now. So what are you thinking?
I can see it now. This comes down to a giant pink boot coming down from the sky, and Gwen does not care. She does not care. It's not going to do jack. Gwen's taking this one. Sorry, Chad.
That's a fun idea for an ending.
Pain.
Like if we did this as a battle, there's just a green boot coming down, and then she just smacks it aside.
Yeah. A pink shoe with like a heel, like
yeah.
What a fucking
a heel boot.
Word. Yeah, boot, I guess.
I love it.
Dress shoe.
I'm torn because Chad did get Mike to do that intro more times than you, Liam.
What intro?
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
Welcome to Chad Just Lost!
I don't even care.
I don't even
care. Vote against me.
I think that might have set my vote for Gwen, which tells me we have three votes to Gwen. But I'm a little uncertain, so I'm very curious to see what everybody in the chat is voting, and I think that might lock down for me who would win as well. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up and the poll, and we have, oh my gosh, it's actually kind of similar to the community poll. 65% of the vote from the chat goes to Gwen. So that is a Gwen sweep. Gwen wins.
Oh, right. It's been a while since we had a sweep. Yeah. It's been a while since I've had a fucking sweep.
As he turns.
Oh, no. I'm changing my vote. I'm changing my vote. I'm voting for Adam E.
Nope, can't do it.
Right?
Unswept.
No. No. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in to another Death Battle cast. Again, you can go vote on the Tournament of Champions. Check that out on the community tab on the Death Battle YouTube page. Every champion, every YouTube member can get their vote in and let us know which matchup you think should move on to the next round to ultimately decide which matchup of yours appears in the next season of Death Battle. And if you have not submitted an idea to the ballot in the Death Battle Discord, you can go ahead and check that out. You can link your YouTube to the Death Battle Discord, I believe, to get in, and you can leave your idea in the ballot list there. I'm really excited to see what comes out of this tournament. It is very fun. It's a very fun idea, I think. So looking forward to seeing which ones you vote on and which ideas you have in the ballot. All right. Oh, and of course, if you haven't seen Bill versus Discord,
go watch Bill Discord Reality Solution by Gold. Bye!
Perfect.
Go check
One
it out.
more time, Mike!
No.
Welcome to the Tournament of Champions!
We'll see you next week.